It's slow down. And we are live. Hey everyone, I am Gavin, and today I'm going to be interviewing a really good friend of mine. His name is GingerCat59. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am doing really great right now. I mean, I just rewatched maybe my favorite movie. There's another one, Competition. If you follow me at Letterboxd, you kind of know about this. But anyways, it's not about me. It's about you. So I guess we'll just hop, since no one is in this live stream, I guess we'll just hop into the questions.
Okay.
First off, what inspired you to start YouTube?
Well, I'm not gonna pretend like I had some big origin story, like, oh yeah, my entire life I wanted to be a YouTuber and make reviews and do all these things. No, I literally just made a little clip of a character that I just created and decided to upload it to YouTube. And then from there on, that did pretty well. So I was like, you know what, maybe I should continue this, but instead, do a little more things that, I probably want to do, like reviewing superhero movies and doing rankings and stuff like that. So yeah, that's nothing really inspired me, I guess. I just kind of did it, and it got views, so I decided to continue.
So you went from Georges to the amazing Ginger Cat.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. Somehow that happened, yeah.
I mean, if you guys have watched his little videos, you know the joke and you get the idea. But what was the first movie you remember seeing?
I don't know. I have vivid memories of vivid. Is that the word? I have very clear memories of watching Spider-Man. I have a lot of nostalgia for that movie, but I don't know. I think I have a lot of memories of watching the third Aladdin movie, King of Thieves. I don't know why, but that might have been the first one I watched, actually. Yeah,
not the first. Not the second, but the third.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what the first movie I would have watched was. I know what the first movie I watched in cinemas was, which was Toy Story 3. I definitely know that, but I don't know what the first movie I ever watched was.
Yeah, Toy Story 3 was the first movie I saw in theaters. A lot of people that are like Gen Z or whatever, that Zoomers. I'll just call us.
Sure.
A lot of people say that was like the first movie they watched in the theaters. So.
Yeah.
So now did you watch anyone before you started YouTube?
What, like any YouTubers?
Yeah, like was there a certain YouTuber you remember watching before you made this channel?
Well, I think one that a lot of us have watched is Sean Chandler. I used to watch him a lot. Yeah, so he would probably be the big one. I also remember watching High Top Films quite a bit. I watched a lot of his Spider-Man videos. But yeah, Sean Chandler would be the main one. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched Sean Chandler a lot, and he was like part of the reason why I started this channel. I don't watch him that much anymore. I prefer people like Karsten, Royal Oceans, Schaefer Ellis, but yeah, I used to watch him. I feel like a lot of people from this community. That's I know your favorite film, but for the people that don't know that are watching this, what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie of all time is Spider-Man from 2002. I love it. I just love it so much. I have so much nostalgia for it, and I also think it's a really, really great movie. So yeah, that's definitely, without a doubt, my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, I love the original Spider-Man as well. I love all three Raimi movies. At first, I hated Spider-Man 3. Like, some people said, I was like, they don't like it. But I genuinely had desperate hate for it, and I just hated it with all my heart, like, with a burning passion. And, we had this Discord server, and, you're in it, so I'm just telling the audience or whatever. And we were watching movies. I was just whining and complaining and saying, this is just disgusting. I can't believe I'm watching this, because I'm planning on ranking the Spider-Man movies sometime.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and then I started actually not whining, and I was like, this isn't as awful as I thought it was. This is actually kind of
yeah.
And then I was like, I like Bully Maguire. I like that little stupid dance he does.
Exactly. It's yeah. I mean, I do think it's the weakest of the trilogy, but I don't think it's bad at all. I
Yeah.
think it's a solid movie.
Yeah.
Just not as good as the other two.
The thing is, like, the first one's actually my least favorite of the trilogy, but I absolutely adore all three. Like, I debate whether I like one or three more. Like, I love the Spider-Man is like, if you can call it a franchise, then it would like be one of my favorites. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
And technically, it kind of is. Sort of.
Yeah, franchise series. Yeah.
It's gone through like probably the most reboots out of a lot of them. But yeah, I love the original Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. I'm curious about this because you say you're a big Raimi fan. Have you seen any of his other films that aren't from the Raimi trilogy?
Here's the thing. I haven't, but I really, really want to. I was gonna watch Darkman the other day, but then I found out that it's no longer on Netflix, so I couldn't watch it. The Evil Dead movies I really, really want to see, but just haven't been able to watch them yet. They're like the main Raimi movies I know about. I know there's like Oz the Great and Powerful or something like that, but I heard that's not the best. But yeah, aside from the Spider-Man trilogy, no, I haven't seen any of his other work. But I do want to. I do really want to.
I recommend Drag Me to Hell. It's honestly like, if you like, just like you're a fan of like Raimi's cheesiness, this movie, it's like, it just takes that to the max. It's
right.
It's technically a horror movie, but it's really silly.
Yeah.
And I love Drag Me.
Is that the one with Leonardo DiCaprio, or is that something else?
I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio's in it.
Oh right, okay, never mind then. I'm thinking.
Yeah, Leo's not in it.
I saw a clip the other day of a Leonardo DiCaprio movie directed by Sam Raimi. I thought you were talking about that, but
I don't. At least I don't recall. And anyways, I think you kind of just everyone kind of gets the idea of what your favorite director is, but just tell everyone that hasn't gotten it yet.
Well, my favorite director, just purely based on the Spider-Man trilogy, is Sam Raimi, because as I said, I pretty much grew up with those three movies. So and I also love his directing style as well. So yeah, but Steven Spielberg is honestly climbing up my list of favorite directors, because I've been watching a few of his movies recently and absolutely loving them. I've been watching the Indiana Jones movies recently. I think they're great. Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies of all time. So I have to see a few more Steven Spielberg movies, but he's close. He's close to being my favorite director of all time.
Yeah, I did a Steven Spielberg ranking, but for the movies, like this is a horrible thing to admit, but this was a long time ago. Okay, remember, this was when I was a really bad critic. I skimmed through some of them. I skimmed through a lot of them.
No, don't even worry about it. I was the exact same. I'm going to admit that now. I was the exact same. I think most people were when they were starting off.
Yeah, now you guys, if I ever do a Steven Spielberg ranking, I can promise you this: I will watch through them through and through. I can promise you that. I've never admitted to this ever, but I used to do that, and yeah, I'm gonna report that ranking. So hopefully YouTube takes it off, because it's shameful. Anyways, yeah, Steven Spielberg's great. Go. Okay, I guess I'll just catch up because there's a couple people typing in the chat. Yeah, I've been interviewing a lot of people because they're just so fun to do, and I'm too lazy to edit any videos.
Fairs. That's fair enough.
My boy being it, yes, I am. I'm planning on this big special thing that might happen when I hit 200. I'm not gonna say it yet, but I got an idea. I would be interested in doing one with him, but I don't have the right equipment or anything interesting about me. I mean, I'm coming up with an idea. I'm interviewing specific people. I had one interview lately, but I have an idea that might happen. I'm not gonna say it though. Christopher Nolan is no longer working with the WB. Wow. He's gonna make a Marvel movie then.
No. I do kind of want to see him make a Star Wars movie. I won't lie.
Actually, that would be interesting.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that actually be cool, and hopefully they can save what J.J. Abrams destroyed. But
true.
Okay, anyways, who's your favorite actor?
Well, I've been thinking about this quite a bit lately, to be honest, because for a long time it was David Tennant from Doctor Who was also in Harry Potter. Um, and then more recently, it's been Jake Gyllenhaal because I watched Nightcrawler and absolutely fell in love with his performance. And obviously, him as Mysterio was incredible. Well, it was good. It was a really good performance. Um, but then I thought, wait a minute. I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man. How can I not say that Tobey Maguire is my favorite actor? Because honestly, I've been looking back at some of the clips from those Spider-Man movies, and I forgot how good Tobey Maguire actually is in them. And then he's been in other movies like Brothers, which is his performance is absolutely outstanding. So you know what? Continuing the theme of Spider-Man, I think I might just have to go with Tobey Maguire because I think he is honestly a really, really good actor, despite sometimes being cheesy, and especially in those Spider-Man movies. But I think he is pretty underrated, to be honest.
I don't think this is gonna help, and I'm pretty sure he was in Boss Baby. Like I'm
He
looking at.
was. He
Yes,
was.
he was. He was Tim.
He's not going to be in the sequel though, and I was really upset because that was the main reason I would have wanted to watch the sequel. The first one kind of sucks, but they replaced him for some strange reason. So yeah, but yeah, he was in the first Boss Baby, like towards the end or something.
I've only seen him in Boss Baby apparently, and Sam Raimi trilogy, and I think he fits the role nicely. I don't think he's like a Oscar-worthy actor, but I think he's great at just playing a cheesy role, at least from what I've seen him in. Yeah, no one's watching this. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a lot earlier, because this is earlier than my normal interviews. Thank you. Okay, so my next one is going to be who is your favorite screenwriter?
Oh, I don't know. Ooh. I mean, Edgar Wright. He's done some screenwriting, hasn't he, as well as directing?
I think he has. Let me see. I think he writes his own movies.
Yeah, if that's true, then yeah, I really like the dialogue and so in his movies.
Yeah, he wrote Baby Driver. Let's see, Hot Fuzz screenwriter. It says that he wrote Hot Fuzz with Simon Pegg. So
right, yeah. Well, if he did Hot Fuzz, then he probably did Shaun of the Dead as well.
And Rosewood, probably.
Absolutely loved Shaun of the Dead. I think that was brilliantly written. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with Edgar Wright just because that's the first name that's popping to my head, and he's good.
I've only seen him in. I've only seen Scott Pilgrim, which maybe he wrote it. Maybe he wrote Scott Pilgrim. He wrote Baby Driver, which I watched, and I loved him in that. I love Baby Driver. It's probably one of the best movies of the decade, if I'm being honest. Yeah, he wrote it. He pretty much wrote all the movies he directed. I don't know about World. I'm gonna look it up, but yeah, I think Edgar Wright's a really great a great screenwriter as well as director, and he's really nice with the visuals. I don't think I absolutely adore him, but I got to see the Cornetto trilogy eventually.
Right. Yeah, because from what I've seen Scott Pilgrim and Shaun of the Dead, and they were both excellent in my opinion. I absolutely loved them.
Yeah. Okay, next one is, what is your favorite TV show?
Oh, okay.
Doctor Who.
No, it's not as well. It's not. I don't even think Doctor Who is top 3, maybe top 5, but it's either Spectacular Spider-Man or Spider-Man the Animated Series. Because for a long time it was Spider-Man the Animated Series. But then I rewatched Spectacular Spider-Man after years of not being able to watch it because it's recently been added to Netflix in the UK. So, yeah, I don't know. It would have to be one of those two. I'll have to rewatch Spider-Man the Animated Series again to finally decide, but it's definitely between those two.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a couple questions in the chat. I guess I'll just respond to these. What is your favorite Zack Snyder film? Mine is Dawn of the Dead, but I've only seen his 3 DC films, and I saw Dawn of the Dead, and I thought it was a great movie. It's his first movie, and it's my favorite. Which one is your favorite?
It's got to be Batman v Superman, purely because that is the only one properly directed by him that I have seen. I mean, there's Justice League as well, but wasn't that like half Joss Whedon, half Snyder or something? So, yeah. And also, I think Batman v Superman is pretty good, to be honest. I don't think it's absolutely terrible. So, yeah. Batman v Superman.
I don't like the theatrical cut, but I really like the Ultimate Edition. So.
Oh, right. Okay.
What about favorite? When I say actor, I mean actress and actor. I combine it. I don't see the point in separating it. I think that's dumb. So like if someone I want to say actor, I say actor and actress. I just combine it.
Yeah.
Favorite Brad Pitt movie? Mine is Fight Club. It's debatably my favorite movie. I watched it last night, and there's a good chance. It has a good chance of becoming that. I absolutely love it. His performance in that movie, he's just so great at just playing basically the opposite of our main lead. I can't really spoil what happens at the end of the movie, though. So.
I don't actually know if I've actually seen any Brad Pitt movies. No, I must have seen it. I don't know. I don't actually know if I've seen any Brad Pitt movies, so can't answer that one.
Really?
I did see Friends, though, and he was in that. That was a pretty good episode.
That's also a TV show, so.
Sure.
Have you seen it? Yeah, I have seen. If you have a letterbox, I have a David Fincher ranking, and I reviewed Inglourious, which is the only Tarantino movie I've seen. I absolutely love Inglourious. It's not in my top 100, but I've seen almost 1,000 movies, so it's like, yeah. And my favorite David Fincher movie would probably is easily Fight Club. I love The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I think that one's really underrated, and I love The Social Network as well. And I think the game's really great. But and Panic Room was great. Mank was solid. That's basically, those are the ones I've seen so far, and that's kind of my whole over-review on it. So, What about you?
Well, my favorite David Fincher movie has got to be The Social Network, because when I first watched it, I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. I'm not going to lie. One of my favorite movies ever. I just think it's brilliant. And I have actually seen 2 David Fincher movies, but sorry, not a huge fan of Zodiac. I watched it the other day. It was kind of a letdown, not going to lie. And as for Quentin Tarantino movies, I haven't seen any. So,
yeah. Honestly, I love both the directors. I'd probably maybe eventually I'll see more of Tarantino's work, but for now it's just one. So, yeah, I guess I'll just move on to the next question. Let's see. Next question is favorite movie YouTuber.
As in, like a proper one, a big YouTuber.
It doesn't have to be anyone as long as they talk about content related to movies.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've been watching a lot of 3C films recently.
Mm-hmm.
His videos are really actually quite informative, especially regarding news around what movies are coming out, what movies are getting delayed and stuff. So that's really great. But as far as like video essays go about movies, I've been watching High Top Films. Still love High Top Films. I think his videos they're just great.
Yeah, I saw High Top Films but It Doesn't Kill video, and it kind of made me in a way change my perspective. Because now I think that it's just what should happen is it depends on how do I say this? I don't think Batman shouldn't kill, but he can kill as long as there's a specific reason of why. So it started up a discussion. Now I understand that point of view a lot better, but that doesn't mean that I still don't understand part of the argument, especially with the Christopher Nolan trilogy. When Batman Begins, he kind of already did, but
yeah,
I see the argument a lot better. Anyways, yeah. Also, I guess I'll just. Sorry, I'm kind of blanking out right now. But 3C Films, he's probably the most informative movie YouTuber out there.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Sicario? I hate it. I haven't seen it. Have you?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, let's see. I'll go into the next one. Favorite genre? I think I might know this, but I'm probably wrong.
Yeah, my favorite genre. The obvious answer would probably be action. You know, that's probably the one you're expecting me to say. But I don't know, musicals. Would you count that as a genre?
Yeah, that is a genre.
Yeah, musicals I think is a strong contender, to be honest. Um, I'm a huge musicals fan. Love musicals like West Side Story, Singing in the Rain, which I watched recently, La La Land, of course. Um, so yeah, but I think it's between musicals and action.
I've seen a couple musicals and I like them. I really like Willy and the Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. My favorite musical is actually Sweeney Todd the Demon Barber on Fleet Street, which is like a weird one. I don't think
Yeah,
many people consider that their
Tim
favorite.
Burton, right? Johnny Depp.
Yeah, Tim Burton. I am a big Tim Burton fan.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've never loved musicals, but I do like some. I got to see more of them. I haven't seen The Sound of Music or Singing in the Rain. So, also I wasn't gonna say action. I thought you were gonna say comic book movies, but.
Oh right, okay. Actually, yeah. Action comic book movies. I kind of class all comic book movies as just action, to be honest.
I don't really counter that. For me, it's like action movies are like Die Hard, Predator, and that.
Fair enough.
Hey, a fellow Sweeney Todd fan. So.
No! Oh, La La Land is brilliant. It's so good.
I didn't see that part. Not a fan of La La Land. I really like it, but I don't know. I think there are some issues. First off, I felt like the musical parts were like the songs were kind of forced, and I found them very unmemorable. Personally, I find the songs really bland.
My heart. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll just continue before Ginger Cat leaves and this whole crashes down. Let's see. Advice for other creators. Since you have been on YouTube for 2 years now, what is your advice for other creators?
I know this might seem like generic or whatever, but honestly, just keep going. Even if you get like so many dislikes on one video, even if you get some hate comments or whatever, just keep going. Like if you think that you can, if there's somewhere you want to go with your channel, just keep doing it. And also, just like, oh no, I've forgotten what I was going to say. It'll come back to me. But yeah, the main thing is just, keep going. Yeah. Oh, and also, I remember now, if there's like something that you don't like about your channel, even if people are like saying, oh yeah, this is really, really good, always try and make those improvements. Always try and, make it the best that you think that it can possibly be. Like for me, even though, my channel's all right, there are still things that I want to change about it. I still want to keep going, make it like, top tier. So yeah, just keep improving, keep going.
Honestly, the thing is, like, I agree with you. Like, everyone always told me that my videos were great. Like, my old, awful, garbage content. Yeah, like, it was garbage. No one told me how bad it was, and I needed that. Like, I needed that push to tell me, hey, this isn't good. Do better. Or just in some sort of constructive criticism. I never got any. And I still wish I got more to this day because I could have actually good content a long time ago, and I really wish that someone just told me, hey, this isn't good. Of course, my parents are going to tell me because, well, they're my parents, and my friends, I don't know why anyone in the creator community didn't tell me, because honestly, that would have made my content a lot better. And I realized, hey, and I watched my videos, I'm like, wow, this is awful. This is garbage. So I decided to just improve and make my content better. Now it's at least marginally passable. So
yeah. That's a really good point.
Thank
you, Clacker.
That's like asking Sean Chandler what his favorite Kubrick movie is. So
yeah, I'm not a huge fan of horror. I just can't really get into it. But you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Horror is scary. I'm frightened. I don't like watching horror movies for that exact reason. So yeah, I don't have a favorite horror movie. Unless you count like something like Coraline or Monster House as horror, even though it is an animation. I don't know if you do, but I mean, that's the closest I'm going to get to a horror movie for now.
In my opinion, is a dull story that's only praised for its vision. No, I wouldn't agree with that. I think Emma Stone and I forgot the other actor's name.
Ryan Gosling?
Yeah, Ryan Gosling. They both give great performances. I don't hate La La Land. I actually really like it. I just think that there's better movies from 2016, and I feel like Your Name should have won Best Cinematography because I'm pretty sure La La Land won it. So, and
yeah, it did.
Yeah, I feel like Your Name should have won that because I think it's like one of the best shot movies of all time. But yeah, La La Land's really good. I like La La Land. I still do. I just don't think it can compare to Whiplash or other films from 2016.
Fair enough.
So I guess I did push myself. And now my content's, it's okay. Still the worst in the critic community, though. Anyways.
Your content's good, man.
Thanks. Normally when I bash my content's a joke. I don't know what I think about it, but what is something you regret doing when you started YouTube?
Well, here's the thing, right? Although my first video is, it was my first video. It was just starting point for the channel. I kind of wish that I started off doing what I do now and doing, reviews and rankings and stuff like that, instead of, making these, short little clips or sketches or whatever you want to call them. Because sometimes, like looking back, sometimes some of them are funny, but then some of them are just really cringy and embarrassing. So yeah, that would probably be the main thing I would regret, making content that isn't necessarily what I do now.
Yeah, I watched some of your old videos and I'm like, I kind of just laugh at them because not even just how awful they're, just kind of genuinely funny. So,
thanks.
Yeah, agreed. It should have won Best Cinematography. Honestly, Best Picture. Well, at least from what I've seen. La La Land is more than that. Unpopular opinion. I like it more than 2001. I mean, that's a different comparison because those are very different movies. La La Land is a musical that's about the realistic depiction of Hollywood. 2001 is a movie about what space is like and the evolution of technology. I've got a bunch of movies I must watch. I need to watch Tenet. Yep, that is like a movie that either you really love it, you're kind of like it's a solid movie, or you just really hate it. Those are like the three main categories I see with it. Wait, what did you say? I couldn't hear you.
Oh no, I was just saying that's what I've heard about Tenet. You either love it or you like really hate it.
Yeah, you either love it, you think it's solid, or you just absolutely think it's garbage. Those are like the three ones I normally see. Yes, they can get nominated for even Best Picture, but it's just the Academy is like, they're animated movies, they can't win good stuff, and I don't think anyone in the Academy has even seen Your Name, so yeah, they can. So I love Tenet too. It used to be like in my top 30. I don't think I go that far. Like the things with Christopher Nolan, besides Memento, with all of his movies, I like them a little bit less the more I think about them. Like just Tenet, I'm really like, yeah, this is definitely flawed. I still love it though. The Dark Knight, this definitely does have some issues. I still love it though. I gotta rewatch Inception, but yeah, I still remember really liking it. The Prestige, I loved it, and then I still really love it, even though I have issues with it. So that's how I think of Nolan's movies normally. Wow. I guess I'll just say this. What's your take on Christopher Nolan's films? Like, what do you think of them?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been that eager to watch any of his like other films that aren't a part of the Dark Knight trilogy. Like The Prestige is on my Netflix watch list, but I just haven't really been that keen on it because I don't know. I feel like Christopher Nolan's kind of overrated. I'm sorry, but I can't get into his movies. I don't know if it's because they're so like realistic or they, more realistic than a lot of movies that we, have nowadays. I don't know if it's that, but I don't know. I just can't really get into them, I guess. I mean, I can recognize that they're really well made, but I guess they're just not really for me.
For some people they aren't. So that's fair. I think with his films, it's like a lot of people think this, and I agree. his films just get like this is with a lot of directors. This is like J.J. Abrams is in the same rut right now. Is that it's all about the spectacle. It's all about getting bigger and bigger, and like The Dark Knight Rises and Dunkirk are like very evident of this because he just goes for the spectacle instead of what made his films great. It wasn't the spectacle; it was the interesting concepts as well as characters and themes that he was trying to explore with his movies. That's what was so great about them, and he's misinterpreted why people love his movies so much in my eyes.
Yeah.
And like Tenet, I certainly have some solid characters. I love it, but it's a lot more about the spectacle than anything about the characters and the concept. Which I like that he's a bit more about the concept than the spectacle, and I like that he went in that route as well. But you definitely can tell that he is starting to go into this route of like J.J. Abrams is in, where he made The Rise of Skywalker, and it's all about the spectacle and not about the characters.
Yeah.
Really? Huh. I love Tenet, but I think The Dark Knight's like one of the best movies ever made. So, you go.
Right. Okay. So, I do have a favorite song, and it's "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey. You've heard of it, right?
Let me see. I'll look it up. Maybe I have.
Give
I don't listen to many.
Little taste of the song. Don't stop believing.
Yes, I've heard it. I've heard it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just absolutely love it. I think it's such a fun song. Gives me so much. Just gives me so much joy. I don't even know why. It's just maybe it's because I listened to it a lot when I was younger, especially from Glee. I don't know if you've seen it, but yeah, Don't Stop Believing. Favorite song.
My favorite song is Sweatshirt by Jacob Sartorius.
Oh no! Are you serious?
No.
Okay.
I'm joking. I was joking. I don't listen to that many songs. I know what my favorite is, but I guess I'll just have you seen Tenet or no?
No, I haven't seen it. I just like when the trailers came out. I just thought this is far too complicated for me. I don't really want to be watching this. So yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
That's fair. That's fair. I do think he is inferior to David Fincher and Quentin Tarantino, but I still love him. I've only seen one Tarantino movie, so I can't really judge that. But maybe I like Fincher more. Because of Fight Club, which might be my favorite movie. Probably like Fincher more. The only great Nolan, I wouldn't say that. I think Memento is like one of the greatest films ever made. Actually, I think it's the best film in 2000. Like with a couple people like Unbreakable and Gladiator behind it, but I don't think it's the only great one. I think most of them are really great. I don't think that he's made a bad movie. I just think films like Dunkirk and The Dark Knight Rises are just so uninteresting to me, and I don't really see a point in rewatching them. The premise of Tenet reminds me of an episode of Red Dwarfs called Backwards, where they go to a reality with everything backwards. I haven't seen Red Dwarf, so I can't say anything about that. I don't get the joke. Merry-Go-Round of Life is my favorite. I haven't heard it. So have you?
I don't think so.
Listen to too many to have a favorite. That might be me. I don't listen to music that much anymore though, so it's like the opposite. My favorite song is "Going" in Electric Dreams by the Human League. I don't like I said, I don't know.
I haven't heard of these songs. Sorry.
Memento is one of the worst. Really? One of the worst? I think it's like one of the best. I think the concept is brilliant. I think the storytelling is like some of the best storytelling in film. I think that the editing is superior. Have you seen Memento or no?
No, I haven't seen it, unfortunately. I do kind of want to watch that one. Of all the Nolan movies that I haven't seen, Memento is one that I actually kind of want to see.
Yeah. It's really underrated. People think it's great, but I think it's like one of the best movies ever made. So. Well, we have very opposite opinions on Nolan. I can tell you that much. I think Dunkirk might be bad. I think it's very mediocre and it's all about the spectacle, and I didn't see anything else in the movie. Like 2001, yeah, it doesn't have much of a characters in the film, but it at least intrigued me. I was interested in it. That's what made it so great to me. Hi, Movie Talk. No, wait, none of Nolan's films are all-time greats in my opinion. That maybe that's fair. I don't agree, but I still like. I think Interstellar's good, but I don't absolutely love it. I mean, is Interstellar like another Nolan movie you haven't seen?
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
I thought Interstellar was good, but it was so dragged out to me. Like it was just they just in my eyes it just felt like they basically just took this whole movie, this whole premise, and just extended it too long. That's what it felt like to me. And I don't know, I was just really uninterested at points in the movie.
Oh, this just reminded me. Did I say that I hadn't watched any Nolan movies other than the Dark Knight trilogy?
Oh, I thought you said you haven't watched many other Nolan movies.
Oh, right, okay.
So I thought you watched a couple. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, because I was going to say I've seen Inception, but that's pretty much it, along with the Dark Knight trilogy.
What do you think of the Inception?
Going back to what you said about spectacle, it's a very big movie in that sense. And sometimes it was kind of hard for me to follow. I'm not a huge fan of like really like all these movies with like really big ideas about dreams and stuff and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, there were some scenes that I really really liked, but then some scenes where I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of overrated. Yeah,
I remember loving Inception, but I haven't watched it, and I don't remember it. I don't know why. I just don't. Maybe I skimmed it a little bit. Remember, this was back when I was a terrible person, but maybe I was such an awful guy. The concept of going back in time is very annoying and it is very boring. I don't know how that could. People say Tenet's boring. I don't get that. I just don't understand that. I think it's very interesting, even if you hate it. I would recommend Red Dwarf. It's a sci-fi sitcom. I've never loved sitcoms when they're too long. Like I don't know, some sitcoms are like I like more modern sitcoms like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Office for the most part. Those are the comedies I like. If it's an old comedy, I probably won't watch it. Like Friends, I just don't know if I'll get into it.
So. Fair enough. Friends is very long, to be honest.
Like it's like an 8-season show. I'm not ready for that. And I like more shows like that, or like now, where I can grow through the shows instead of doing a whole binge of it.
Yeah. I get that.
Because like Cobra Kai and Stranger Things, I will watch those shows more because there's less seasons I have to catch up on, and then when it keeps on continuing, I can grow with that show.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Interstellar is good, but the ending kind of ruins it. Interstellar is good, but the ending I don't know why am I repeating myself. I didn't hate the ending. I thought it was a good ending. I just don't like Interstellar that much. The Prestige is good when you watch it a second time. I love The Prestige and I've only watched it once. Well, if I ever do Christopher Nolan ranking, I'm rewatching them all. That includes Memento. I still haven't seen Interstellar, but Orange keeps telling me to. I mean, maybe you'll like it. I personally am not a big fan of it, but I've tried to I want to rewatch it just to give you guys a fresh opinion because I was a generic Sean copy back then. So. Oh, you meant Memento? Oh, okay. Nolan ranking time. Wait, so number 1, Memento, 2, The Prestige, 3, Inception, 4, The Dark. Really, The Dark Knight number 4? 5, Interstellar, Insomnia, 7, 8, 10, 11, the following. I agree with you on some of those. I definitely agree with you on putting Dunkirk and The Dark Knight Rises really low, but I'd probably put Tenet a lot higher, Prestige a little bit lower actually, and Interstellar lower, and I guess that's Batman Begins higher. That's kind of how my ranking would go. Yeah. Tenet isn't boring. I just get bored talking about it. Honestly, I'd probably agree with you on that. I'm kind of sick of just talking about it all the time. What's your opinion about Water? I haven't seen WandaVision. I haven't watched it. It doesn't look like something I'd like. So.
I've watched it, and because you said you don't like sitcoms, I have a feeling you won't like WandaVision, especially because in these early episodes, it is very weird and it is more sitcom-y. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that I can get that, but me, I'm loving it. And episode 3 I thought was absolutely amazing. I think they're going to do some really good stuff with Scarlet Witch. I can't wait. I can't wait for it. I think it's going to be really, really good, really unique, really different. It's going to be great.
Yeah. It's not that I don't like sitcoms. I just like more modern ones. I like modern sitcoms. So that's the type of stuff I enjoy. I don't know. I love almost all nerd culture media, but I just can't get into old sitcoms, which is like 8 seasons. I just can't. Brooklyn Nine-Nine's like 7 seasons, but that's a modern sitcom, so eventually I get through it. Gavin, if you like The Office, then you'll most likely like Friends. We'll see, because I don't know. The Office, I haven't finished it. It's been over a year. So, well, bye then. I actually thought this was going to go on. I thought it was going to be a quick one, but I guess people are actually joining. I think The Dark Knight is really not that good. I agree with you. I think it's mediocre at best. There's some things I like about it, and a lot I really don't like about it. So that's how. Okay, I guess I'll just go on the next question. What editor do you use?
I don't actually use anything like iMovie or Premiere Pro or any of these, really great editors. I just use Windows 10 video editor. I'm not going to lie. I literally just use an inbuilt editor on my laptop. I mean, it works. So yeah, there you go. That's
interesting. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say I use a Windows 10 editor. I've never heard anyone say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Holmes Entertainment Nolan ranking. I haven't seen Insomnia. I really love Tenet as well as you. I don't like Dunkirk, so I'd probably put that lower. I actually agree with you on Batman Begins. I love Batman Begins. I don't like Interstellar that much. The Dark Knight, I'd put a lot higher. I love The Dark Knight. 8, The Prestige, I'd probably put it higher as well. Dark Rise, I agree with you, and I disagree with you in Memento very strongly. Yeah, I guess that's kind of how I think that, but it's your ranking. I'm not gonna bash you or degrade anyone's opinion. It's your list. WandaVision is supposed to be Wanda to have the best life of Vision in sitcom decades, but there's some dark turns. I don't know. I don't think I'd like it. I don't think I'd be a fan of it. So it just doesn't look like something I'd enjoy. Maybe if I'm being honest with you guys, maybe I'll do a whole, and maybe I'll watch it, binge it in a day, and then do a whole end series review just so I can, get some views, just catch up on the trend, because I want to blow up, but yeah. And if I'm being honest, I'd probably do it for that reason, but I don't see a problem with making videos specifically for views. It's not like I'd hate doing it. It's just I do it for that specific purpose. To be fair, Ginger Cat, iMovie is just Apple default editor, so you're just kind of using Windows 10 iMovie. Well, okay. I heard everyone say it's really weird and great. The only person I know that doesn't like it that much is Sean. So.
What, Sean Chandler?
He doesn't. He says it's really weird. He doesn't know where it's going, so he can't.
Yeah, it is weird, but I think it's a good kind of weird. I'm glad that the MCU is finally switching up the formula again. After years now of just doing the same repetitive thing with their movies. Now they're doing something unique, and I think that's really great.
Honestly, I'd probably be a lot more on board for this if it was something I enjoy personally. It's just personal preference in my eyes. Maybe it's great, maybe it's brilliant, but it's honestly, I'd be more excited if they maybe made this a movie or something. Put this in as a film rather than just put it on Disney Plus. But that's still interesting. I'm still kind of interested in some of the other stuff they're doing. I'm not excited for most MCU movies because they just I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I'm the same. There's only 2 MCU movies that I'm actually really excited for, which is Spider-Man 3 because I heard rumors about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and honestly, I want to see where they go with the whole post-credit scene of Far From Home. I want to see where they take that. And then Doctor Strange 2 because Sam Raimi's directing, and there could be a slight chance that we'll get some Tobey Maguire in there. Or even, just any sort of multiverse stuff. It's always intrigued me. So, yeah, those are the main 2 I'm looking forward to.
Honestly, I probably agree with you. If they're making a Spider-Man 3, they gotta redo the dance, man.
There were some leaked photos of literally it's just Tom on a picture doing this, and everyone's like, "Oh no, he's recreating the scene! Oh my god!" It's how do you know he's doing this? What?
I need to see that in theaters. I need that experience.
Honestly, it would be better than Endgame, honestly, if they could have that. Just like Andrew, Toby, Tom, even if it's just a post-credit scene or something, they're just there
yeah. Exactly.
so
If just like three people just in a line, or like maybe it's a whole dance number in this movie where there's a whole line of people just band marching.
honestly, just make it musical. Make the whole thing a musical.
Yeah, make it a musical. Wait, I'd love to see that. But personally, I thought Far From Home disappointed me. So hopefully this one's better.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange 2, I'm really excited for because Sam Raimi.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta respect the man. He makes everything work somehow. And this is like the perfect. This is like he's great at horror. He's great at comic movies. There's no way this can't work. And
honestly, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Besides the Russo brothers, they normally don't have, and Joss Whedon, I guess, they don't have many famous directors directing their films. So putting Sam Raimi, a big director, in there would be interesting. So,
Yeah.
Just to warn you, the credits are very long. Okay. I mean,
WandaVision?
I'm guessing it's WandaVision.
Yeah, the end credits. Yeah, but it's just the end credits. I don't really watch them. The only end credits are the Mandalorian end credits. I don't know why. I think it's just because that music in the Mandalorian is just so good. So yeah, I sit through that. But WandaVision.
Honestly, the music is like my favorite part about season 1. I haven't seen season 2. Like I said before, I don't watch that many TV shows in general. And the Mandalorian, I watched the first season. I was like, this is good. I didn't love it. I didn't adore it, but it was good.
The first season of The Mandalorian is definitely it's definitely not as good as season 2. Like season 2 is good, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. You're gonna definitely love it.
Well, according to people on Discord, I'm not a Star Wars fan, so I'll hate it. Like, apparently, because I like The Last Jedi more than A New Hope, I'm classified as not a Star Wars fan.
Well, that's justified then. Who on earth likes The Last Jedi more? Who on earth likes The Last Jedi at all? Gosh.
I do. Yeah, I've made a joke before that's my favorite Star Wars movie, but
well, don't do that around like hardcore Star Wars fans. They will
I will want to die. Anyways, this is getting.
It's getting out of hand.
Yeah, let's see. The first episode was boring and a little preachy. The second episode was boring but a little less preachy. The third episode was pretty great. I think I've ever heard anyone do that.
I don't really agree, but all right.
Can't wait for Loki. Okay.
Either.
I gotta go, guys. Well, bye.
Hey, mate.
I think it's supposed to set up Mephisto.
Mephisto. Yeah, I've heard rumors about that. I would honestly really like to see it. Oh no, because if it. Okay, I don't know if any of you have like read the comics or anything like that. But if they do set up Mephisto, then they might relate that to Spider-Man, and with his identity being revealed and stuff. Oh no! If they do that thing in the comics where they like Spider-Man had to like sacrifice like MJ or something, some weird thing that was like hated and absolutely bashed upon in the comics. If they do that for the movies, I don't know how that's gonna work. But yeah, I've heard they're setting up Mephisto.
I just looked up Mephisto and that looks cool. It's a cool design. I don't know how they're gonna translate that to film, but we'll see. Yeah. There's 3 parts of the multiverse: WandaVision, Spider-Man 3, and Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3 is the end game of the Spider-Man films, then it will probably be my favorite. I love conclusions. I love them. They're all great. So
yeah.
Doctor Strange 2 is going to be the first mild horror movie. Yeah, I know. I think everyone knows that at this point. And finally, they're doing something that isn't with all these cringy jokes and no Lebowski. So
honestly, yeah. I completely trust Sam Raimi with this. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, if he messes this up, the MCU's. I lost all hope in the MCU. And if I'm being honest, in 2019, my favorite comic book movie that year is Shazam. I like Shazam more than Endgame, if I'm being honest. Endgame was decent. I like Endgame. I just don't think that it's like. I just don't think that. I just think it's with Endgame. It's like, I think the first two acts are decent. They're like okay. The third act's amazing, but the third act isn't the whole movie. That's like saying the first 10 minutes to Up make the rest of the movie great. So.
Yeah, it's really annoying when people say that. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I agree. Avengers Endgame. It's when I first saw it, absolutely loved it. I think pretty much everyone did if you're a fan of the MCU because it's this big conclusion and all the stuff. But as a movie, if you really look at it, I mean, it's good, but it's not anything absolutely spectacular in my opinion.
Yeah, like I used to be a big fan of the MCU. I'm no longer one. I actually like DC more as films in total. Like I think V for Vendetta and The Dark Knight are the two best comic book movies of all time. So yeah, but that just made I hate the MCU. I like it. I just think that there are a lot of people just talk about it too much. And it's like the same with Pixar in my eyes.
Yeah.
Just finished. Upload my video for a certain. I think I know which one you're talking about. Haven't recorded my bit for it, but whatever. I don't really care. When does WandaVision take place? I heard it's supposed to take place like each decade of sitcoms, like from 30s or something.
It's not like consistent. Like the first two episodes were like the 60s, and then third episode 70s. I think. Oh no, I've got that actually all wrong. The point is, they are set in different decades.
I disagree. Honestly, basically, Star Wars. He made a video saying this. I completely agree with him when it comes to it ruined. It did not ruin Luke's character. He's a lot more. It's my opinion. It's interesting to see Luke as a character who used to be this very hopeful character, and just see him dive into darkness and just as this very hopeless character and just this different life. Yes, there's some jokes that don't land, but everyone just talks about those. They don't talk about him as a character. And everyone that hates Last Jedi never mentions Mark Hamill's performance, which I think is the best of all 4 Star Wars films he's been in. I think it was just perfect, and he just gave like the perfect role that I don't think anyone could have replicated. And I just absolutely love that. The visuals are great in it, and everyone says that he killed Luke Skywalker, and I think he was going to kill Kylo Ren. I was on the side of thinking that, but it's like I don't think that ruined his character. But then basically Star Wars explained, no, he wasn't trying to exactly kill him. He was going to read his mind, which I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense now, because it would be a little bit out of character for Luke. But no, they actually translate that really well. Yeah, I kind of went off the rails of that. Honestly, I'd rather have Rian Johnson direct the whole trilogy than J.J. Abrams, if I'm being honest.
Right. Yeah, I gotta say I don't agree on Luke's character. I feel like the idea was there, and I feel like the idea was good about how Luke's, going from this hopeful, farm boy to, and then to a Jedi, and now to, a not so hopeful Jedi. But I feel like the execution of it just did not work at all. I mean, even Mark Hamill himself said like they turned him into kind of like this hermit, and it wasn't good. I mean, he's even gone on record saying that he didn't really like the way that they handled Luke's character. They kind of ruined it, and I got to agree with Mark Hamill. I think they really did. They messed him up. To be honest, I'm just gonna say it. I think they did ruin Luke to an extent.
I mean, Last Jedi is a movie that you either really love it, you either think it's great, or you either hate it. So it's just one of those films that it's for a certain group of people.
I just think it had a lot of wasted potential, to be honest.
Okay. They already made a horror movie in the MCU. Captain Marvel, I mean, yeah. That was a horror movie. I am sick of this stuff. Like, I am just tired of this whole stuff like this. Them just, like, taking all these characters and just having them as, like, empowered women and just have that as their only personality. I am just tired of that stuff. I'm tired of it being portrayed on the screen. I am kind of sick of it. The MCU is now doing it. Most likely Captain Marvel 2. I hate the fact that they're making it. Captain Marvel might be my least favorite movie. Anytime anyone asks me what my least favorite movie is, I either say 1, Phantom Menace, or 2, Captain Marvel. It's just, yeah, I can't believe they made that. Why? What are your thoughts on Captain Marvel?
Well, I mean, the movie, I don't think it's absolutely terrible. I think there are some good moments in it, but overall, it is definitely one of the weaker films in the MCU. But as far as the character goes, like not in the movies, like in the comics and some of the shows and stuff, I love Captain Marvel. I'm a big fan of Captain Marvel, and I remember when her pager thing showed up in Avengers Infinity War, I just absolutely lost my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Captain Marvel! That's so crazy. And it was just disappointing how they handled it in the movie. I think they've ruined what could have been a really, really great character.
I was kind of skeptic at the beginning because she's a very overpowered character, isn't she? Like, she basically is like, okay, maybe she has a likable personality.
Yeah.
I don't like her. She's like basically every generic quippy MCU character at times, and then other times she's as bland as, I'm not gonna say rice cakes because that's a generic thing. Actually, wait, rice cakes is the perfect way to explain it because that's a generic statement and she's a generic character. I don't even know who I am. Yeah, that was such a great line. Such a great scene. Anyways, as much as I hate Captain Marvel, and like in 2001, like I said before, they don't have great characters, but they have something interesting, which is the experience of the movie. Captain Marvel has nothing interesting. There's this cool thing they do. I'm not really cool, but they do this thing where they twist the scrolls, and apparently, they're not. They just make them basically like these weaklings that are just like these innocent people. It doesn't add up in my eyes. I don't see the pieces. They just don't. They don't add up in my eyes. Ronan is just as blind as he was in Guardians of the Galaxy. There's almost the only thing I like about this movie is Nick Fury's de-aging, but that's CGI. He's not great in the movie. So.
Okay, I actually think Nick Fury is one of the best parts in the movie. To be honest, I love Samuel L. Jackson in pretty much everything. So.
But they ruined him with the cat scratching his eye.
Oh yeah, that was stupid. That made me so angry. I hated that.
Like when I walked out theater, I thought it was bad, but I didn't hate it. And then I rewatched it because apparently I guess I was gonna do an MCU ranking, which is off my channel because it was garbage video. And I was like, this is awful. This is so bad. I didn't rewatch it until I saw it in theaters, and I hated it afterwards. To be honest, I love Captain. I really love it. I learned to like it a lot more. I don't think it's as great as a couple of the other MCU films, but I do like it. No, he wasn't. Basically, Star Wars says this in the video. He's going to read his mind, which is an invasion of privacy, but he wasn't going to kill him. Hi, critic community. Well, what's up?
Wait.
Okay.
He wasn't about to kill him, but he literally has his green lightsaber up to a, he was about to absolutely chop him in half.
Well, I'll just put up basically Star Wars video essay, and we'll see what you have to say about that. I don't.
I mean, I've seen the video before, but I didn't agree with it then, and to be honest, I don't agree with it now. It just seemed so clear when I watched it that he thought, okay, this guy is going to turn into something bad, going to chop him, But yeah, the less said about Last Jedi, the better, because I just don't like talking about it, to be honest.
I gotta rewatch it, but I don't think I'm gonna hate it if I ever do. We all do. We all run the critic. No, there's no manager or anything that runs it. We all run it. So. I don't know. Even CGI Luke and the Mandalorian. I haven't seen. I guess I got the Mandalorian spoiled for me. Great. Anyways,
crud! Do you not know about that already?
I knew about that already. I was joking.
Okay, I was gonna say, like that would have been a massive spoiler for you, and I'm sorry for that. But
yeah, I've already gotten that spoiled for me before, so.
But yeah, CGI Luke was way better.
I haven't seen Doolittle. I was gonna watch it for my least favorite film in January, but I saw a movie that was bearable that I was gonna watch because I was starting it. I just couldn't get through it. I just couldn't. I watched like the first couple seconds of it and I stopped. So I couldn't watch it. I'm excited for Willy's Wonderland, even if it's close to FNAF. I don't know if it would be my thing. I don't even think I could watch it, to be honest. They made Nick Fury look stupid in that. I know. They made why he's like it's such an MCU thing to do, too. Like Hi.
Hey.
So basically, Gavin is saying hi to Gavin. Huh?
Yeah, what? What do you mean?
What? I was saying basically Star Wars. That's David's channel. When I said basic, I'm guessing that's what he means. I don't know. Yeah, he should. He should. Why not? Okay, next one. Favorite hobby besides YouTube or anything related to it? So, not watching films that are related to projects or editing, or you get the idea.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't know. I guess gaming, maybe. I've been playing. Well, I played Jedi Fallen Order a few weeks ago. Absolutely loved it. So I've been getting more into gaming than I have in the past. So yeah, maybe that. If not that, would you count acting as a
No,
hobby?
no.
I mean,
That would count as like, I mean, I'm not saying that would count for YouTube related stuff if that would count as a hobby.
right. Yeah. Well, gaming then. Yeah, I'll say that.
No, that wasn't me that said hi in the crit community chat. That was someone else. Yep, indeed. I'm guessing maybe Josh already posted the video. I know I don't see it, but anyways, any future the last and final question. Any future goals for YouTube?
I think the big one, and probably the most obvious one, I guess, is reaching 1,000. It's what a lot of once you like reach 100, maybe 200, you're like, okay, next, let's just get to 1,000. Let's go, let's get there. And now 600, yeah, getting to 1,000 is pretty much the main goal. Yeah.
Okay. So now that there's one more. EA is gonna be making an open world Star Wars game better than Fallen Order.
Was it
Okay.
EA? I thought it was Ubisoft.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I've heard there's new Star Wars games coming out, and I am excited. I can't wait.
I don't really buy new games because they're always like $60, and it's like I got other stuff I have to spend on.
Yeah,
anyways, you guys, that is going to wrap it up here. It's about an hour. If you want to check out GingerCast's channel, the link will be in the description below. I put it at the beginning of this live stream. Maybe you've already subscribed to it. I have no idea. But that, you guys, is the live stream. I'm planning on doing more of these, and I have a special idea coming for, I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen, but once I'm going to announce it before I hit 200, I've got this whole idea I'm planning. I will see you guys in the next interview or video, whatever the heck I'm doing.